Paul, any transaction has its complexities, lots of things to consider, but from the wealth management point of view, is your involvement starting right at the start of the process, or at the point that the cash is deposited?
Well, really, Mark, I think what a lot of clients of ours perhaps make the mistake of doing is involving us too late. And as I say, it's quite a common mistake, and people think about a corporate financier and about a lawyer, but well in advance of the process, but often don't think about somebody to look at their finances to plan properly for the sale. And there's a lot of things you should be doing well in advance. Lots of sort of planning strategies that should start ideally, a year or so ahead of any potential transaction, and those can be trusts in terms of the ownership of the business. It can be starting off things like offshore bonds, which is quite a common plank now of financial planning, and those things are really often best started well in advance, as I say, of the process. Around that, there are things in terms of things when you're owning a business, company wills, thinking about what would happen, actually if the worst happened before the transaction occurred. At the time of the transaction, there's a huge shift from your assets being within the business to being in your own name, and it really does require quite a bit of planning in order to get that right.
There are some reasons why now is quite a good time for entrepreneurs. In the last budget, entrepreneurs' tax relief was preserved.
Yeah, well, extended in fact, and there are, it's not the market backdrop may not be the ideal for selling a business at this time, but as I say, there are significant legislative innovations in the last couple of years around entrepreneurs' tax relief, which is 10%, and that's been extended up to your first 10 million now, and that's, these things are at the whim of government and do frequently change, but it does make it it's particularly attractive at the moment. Only being taxed 10% on that amount can, say, make it a very good time to be thinking about that sale.